You're lying there, sprawled out like some broken thing. Waiting for what? Mercy? A miracle? Let me tell you something. Right here, right now, no one's coming to save you. No knights in shining armor, no helping hands, just me. And you're not gonna like what I have to say. Look at you, covered in dirt, in excuses, in failure. I can smell it on you, the stench of someone who's given up. You think the world owes you something? That if you wait long enough, cry loud enough, someone will pull you out of this hole? No, that's not how this works. You rot or you rise. That's the choice. That's the only damn choice. You wanna know what I see when I look at you? I see wasted potential. A person who had the strength to fight, but chose to run. Someone who let fear wrap its hands around their throat and squeeze until every ounce of fight was choked out. You had power once. I can feel it, even now. But you gave it up. Gave it away like it was nothing. And now here you are, lying in your own misery, hoping for the pain to stop. You think pain is your enemy? You think it's some curse meant to break you? No. Pain is the best damn teacher you'll ever have. It's the one thing that doesn't lie. It doesn't sugarcoat. It doesn't care about your feelings. It's raw, real, and relentless. And it's the only thing that can forge you into something worth being. But instead of learning from it, you're running from it. You're pathetic, weak, a shadow of what you could be. And that's on you, not the world, not the people who hurt you, not the circumstances you were born into. You. Every choice you've made has led you here. Every moment you've chosen comfort over challenge, excuses over effort, fear over courage. That's why you're lying there in the dirt. But here's the thing. I'm not here to comfort you. I'm not here to pat your back and tell you it's gonna be okay. I'm here to do one thing. Wake you the hell up. Because if you don't rise now, right now, you never will. You think this is the worst it gets? You think lying here, broken and beaten, is rock bottom? No. Rock bottom is when you accept this. When you make your home in this pit and call it your life. That's when you're truly done. You wanna stay there? Fine. Rot where you stand. Let the maggots of your excuses eat you alive. Let the weight of your failures bury you 6 feet under. But don't you dare call it unfair. Don't you dare blame the world for your weakness. Because the truth is, you had a choice. You still have a choice. Rise or rot. think this world was built for the weak, for the ones who break at the first sign of trouble. Nah, this world eats the weak alive, spits them out without a second thought. It's cold, unforgiving, and it doesn't give a damn about you or your sob story. You think you're special? That your pain is unique? Guess what? It's not. Everyone's got scars. Everyone's been broken, betrayed, beaten down. But the difference between them and you, they got the hell up. They didn't sit there feeling sorry for themselves, waiting for someone else to make it right. They clawed their way out. They fought. And you just sit there drowning in your own pity. What's the excuse this time? The past? Someone hurt you, betrayed you? Boo freaking who? You think you're the only one who's been betrayed? You think I don't know what that feels like? I've been stabbed in the back so many times I've lost count. You think I sat down and cried about it? No. I used it, turned it into fuel, let it harden me. And now, I'm untouchable. You wanna be untouchable? You wanna be strong? Then stop looking for someone to save you. No one's coming. Not me, not anyone. Strength isn't given. It's taken. It's earned. And it's damn sure not earned by lying on the ground, whining about how unfair life is. You've got a fire inside you. I can see it, even now. It's small, barely a flicker, but it's there. And if you don't feed it, if you don't protect it, it'll die. That fire is the only thing standing between you and complete oblivion. So, what are you gonna do? Let it go out? Let the darkness swallow you whole? Or are you gonna stand the hell up and fight for it? Don't you dare tell me you're too broken to fight. Broken isn't an excuse. It's a foundation. You take those broken pieces and you rebuild yourself stronger. Every scar, every wound, every failure, that's your armor. You think this armor I wear was forged in peace? No, it was forged in fire, in pain, in loss. Every dent, every scratch, it tells a story. And those stories are what make me unstoppable. But you don't want to be unstoppable, do you? You're too comfortable in your misery, too scared to face the fight ahead. You'd rather sit here, wallowing in self-pity, blaming the world for your problems. It's easier, isn't it? Easier to be a victim than to take responsibility. But let me tell you something, victims don't win wars. Victims don't conquer mountains. Victims don't build empires. They get trampled. They get forgotten. So if you want to stay a victim, fine. Stay there. Rot in that dirt. But don't you dare call yourself a warrior. Warriors don't quit. Warriors don't bow to pain or fear or failure. Warriors rise no matter how many times they fall. Warriors fight even when the odds are stacked against them. And warriors, sure as hell, don't sit around waiting for someone else to fix their problems. I've seen men crawl out of worse than this. Men who had nothing, no home, no family, no hope. And you know what they did? They fought. They clawed their way back, inch by bloody inch. They didn't stop until they were standing tall, unbreakable. But you got more than they ever had. And you're wasting it. Wasting it on excuses, on fear, on weakness. It makes me sick. Let me break it down for you. You've got two choices right now. Two paths laid out in front of you. One leads to strength, to victory, to the kind of life most people are too scared to even dream of. The other leads straight to the grave. Maybe not right away, but make no mistake, it's a slow, miserable death. And here's the thing, no one's gonna drag you down one path or push you up the other. This is all on you. You think I don't know pain? You think I haven't been where you are? I've bled for people who turned their backs on me, fought for causes that ended in ashes. I've seen everything I built, everything I cared about, ripped away. And you know what I did? I got up every damn time. Because that's what warriors do. They don't sit in the ashes crying over what they've lost. They rise, they rebuild, and they fight harder than ever before. But you're not fighting. You're not rising. You're rotting. And every second you stay down there, every second you choose to wallow in your weakness, you're letting life beat you. You're letting the world win. You think this is about me? About what I want for you? No. This is about you. About the person you're supposed to be. The person you could be. If you just stop being so damn afraid. Afraid of failure. Afraid of pain. Afraid of yourself. Let me tell you something. Fear is a liar. It whispers in your ear, telling you you're not good enough, that you'll never make it, that it's safer to stay where you are, and you've been listening to it your whole life. But here's the truth. Fear isn't there to stop you. It's there to challenge you, to test you, to see if you've got what it takes to stand up and fight. And right now, you're failing that test. Look at me. Look at this armor, this strength. You think I was born with it? No. I earned it. Every piece, every scar. I built myself from the ground up, and I did it with nothing but grit and determination. No one handed me anything. No one showed me mercy. And I sure as hell didn't sit around waiting for someone to save me. You want strength? You want to be like me? Then stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for the pain to pass. Lean into it. Let it shape you, harden you, transform you. Because pain is the forge, and you are the steel. But right now, you're nothing but raw, untested metal. And the fire's about to consume you. You either let that fire burn you to nothing, or you use it to become something more. There's no middle ground, no safe option. Rise or rot. That's the choice, and it's the only choice you'll ever have. I've seen men stronger than you crumble under less. And I've seen men weaker than you rise to heights no one thought possible. The difference wasn't strength or talent or luck. It was will. Pure, unbreakable will. So, tell me, what's your will worth? Is it strong enough to pull you out of this pit? Or are you just gonna lie there until the world forgets you ever existed? Because make no mistake, the world doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about your struggles, your pain, your excuses. It'll keep spinning with or without you. But you've got a chance to make it care. To leave a mark so deep, it'll never forget your name. To rise so high that the world has no choice but to take notice. But that doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you decide right here, right now, that you're done being weak, done being afraid, done being nothing. You think this ends here? That you can just sit in the dirt, let life chew you up, and then get back up whenever it feels convenient? No, it doesn't work like that. Every second you waste, every moment you choose to lie there, the world moves on without you. And you stay right where you are, forgotten. You think anyone's going to care that you were tired, that you were scared, that life was unfair? No. All they'll see is what you didn't do, what you gave up on. That's your legacy. Failure, excuses, and regret. Do you want that to be a cautionary tale, a whisper in the dark about what happens when someone doesn't have the guts to fight back? Because that's the path you're on. You're writing your own obituary right now, and it's pathetic. He had potential, but he wasted it. That's what they'll say about you. He could have been great, but he was too weak. He could have changed the world, but he chose to stay down. Is that what you want? To be a could have been? a never was. Look at me. Look at what strength looks like. It's not pretty. It's not easy. It's blood and sweat and pain. It's falling 1,000 times and getting up 1,001. It's scars that run so deep you can't tell where the wound ends and the armor begins. This armor I wear, it's not just metal. It's every battle I've fought, every loss I've endured, every victory I've clawed out of the jaws of defeat. And you could have armor like this. You could be unstoppable. But you're too damn afraid to put in the work. Afraid of what? Failing? Newsflash. You've already failed. Lying there, doing nothing, that's failure. You're living it. So what's the worst that happens if you get up? You fail again. Good. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. Every time you fall, you learn how to stand stronger. Every time you lose, you figure out how to win. That's the process. That's life. But you're too scared to even try. You think I pity you? You think I feel sorry for you? No. Pity is for the helpless. And you're not helpless. You're just lazy. Weak. You've got everything you need to fight back. But you'd rather sit there and complain. Let me tell you something about pain. Pain is a gift. It's a warning, a lesson, a forge. Pain shows you what you're made of. It strips away the lies, the comfort, the illusions, and leaves you with the truth. And the truth is, you're stronger than this. But strength means nothing if you don't use it. You can have all the potential in the world, but if you don't act on it, it's worthless. Potential doesn't win battles. Action does. Discipline does. Grit does. You've got a choice to make right now. You can stay there, let the world forget you, let your own excuses bury you alive. Or you can rise. Not tomorrow. Not when it's convenient. Right. Now. Do you know what rising means? It means dragging yourself up, inch by painful inch, even when your body screams at you to stay down. It means taking every failure, every setback, every betrayal, and using it as fuel. It means refusing to quit, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how much it hurts. You think the pain stops when you rise? No. It gets worse. But so do you. You get tougher, sharper, stronger. And eventually, the pain stops being your enemy. It becomes your ally. It becomes the fire that drives you, the force that keeps you moving forward. But none of that happens if you stay here. None of it. You've got it in you. I can see it. That fire, that potential. It's there, but it's dying. Every second you waste, it gets dimmer. And once it's gone, that's it. You'll never get it back. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna rise up, take that first painful step, and start fighting for the life you want? Or are you gonna stay here, let the fire die, and rot where you stand? Because I promise you, no one's gonna make this decision for you. No one's gonna pull you out of this pit. It's all on you. And you know what's worse? Deep down, you know the truth. You know you're capable of more. You know you've got the strength, the fire, the drive to tear through every obstacle in your way. But you've let that voice, that weak, pathetic voice inside you, convince you to stay down. You think life is supposed to be fair, that it owes you something. It doesn't. Life isn't fair. Life doesn't care about you. It doesn't care how hard you've worked, how much you've suffered, or how much you think you deserve. It'll crush you if you let it. And right now, you're letting it. But let me tell you something. Fairness is a myth. It's a lie told by people who are too scared to take what they want, too weak to fight for what they need. You want something? You take it. You fight for it. You bleed for it. And if you're not willing to do that, then you don't deserve it. I've seen men crawl through hell and come out stronger on the other side. Men who had nothing, no strength, no hope, no chance. And you've got more than they ever had, and you're throwing it away. You think you've suffered? You think your pain is special? Let me tell you about pain. Pain is waking up every day knowing the world is against you, knowing that no one cares whether you live or die. Pain is carrying the weight of your failures on your back and still finding the strength to move forward. And you're lying here like you've got nothing left to give, when the truth is, you haven't even started to fight. Do you think I was born like this? Do you think I've never been where you are? Never felt what you're feeling? I've been there. I've felt the pain, the doubt, the fear. I've been broken, betrayed, beaten down to nothing. But I didn't stay there. Do you want to know what I did? I fought. I dragged myself out of the dirt, out of the darkness, out of the hell I was in. And it wasn't pretty. It wasn't easy. But it was worth it. Because now I'm unstoppable. Now I'm untouchable. And you could be the same. But you're too damn afraid to try. You wanna stay here? Fine. Rot where you stand. Let the world pass you by. Let your dreams wither and die. But don't you dare blame anyone else for it. Don't you dare look up at the sky and ask why. The answer is simple. You. Every second you waste, every excuse you make, every moment you choose to stay down, it's all on you. But if you want more, if you want to rise, to fight, to become something greater than you've ever been, then you need to make a choice. Right here, right now. Are you going to stay down? Let life beat you. Let your pain define you. Or are you going to stand the hell up, look life in the eye, and say, not today, not ever again? Because let me tell you something. The moment you decide to fight back, the moment you choose to rise, everything changes. The world stops being your enemy and becomes your battlefield. Your pain stops being your weakness and becomes your weapon. But that choice, it's yours. No one can make it for you. No one can fight this battle for you. So what's it going to be? Are you going to rise up, take what's yours, and become the warrior you were meant to be? Or are you going to lie there, let the world forget you, and rot where you stand? Still silent, huh? No words, no fight, no defiance, just silence. You think that's strength? You think by sitting there, quiet and still, you're showing resolve? No. What you're showing is surrender. You're waving the white flag to life, letting it stomp all over you while you curl up and wait for it to end. But let me make one thing clear. Silence is not strength. Strength is getting up when your legs are shaking, when your chest feels like it's going to collapse, when every part of you is screaming to stop. Strength is defiance, standing against the storm and screaming, "You won't break me." But you're not standing. You're not screaming. You're lying there, waiting for the storm to pass, hoping it'll leave you untouched. It won't. Life doesn't work like that. The storm doesn't pass. It gets stronger. And if you don't fight back, it'll tear you apart. Do you know what happens when you wait for things to change? Nothing. Nothing changes. The world keeps spinning, the storm keeps raging, and you stay exactly where you are. Stuck. forgotten. You think you're waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right sign. Let me tell you something. There's no such thing. There's no perfect moment, no magical sign. The only moment that matters is this one. Right here, right now. Because every second you wait, every moment you hesitate, someone else is out there fighting. Someone else is out there getting stronger, getting smarter, getting better. And you're falling further behind. Do you know what it feels like to be left behind? To watch as everyone else moves forward while you stay stuck in the same place? It's not just pain, it's humiliation, it's shame, and it's all self-inflicted. You have the power to change it. You have the strength to rise, but you're too damn scared to take the first step. Look at you. You've got legs that work, arms that can fight, a mind that can think. You've got every tool you need to rise, to fight, to win, and you're wasting them. You're letting them rot. Do you know what I'd give to have what you have? To have the chance you're throwing away? Everything. I bled for less. I fought for scraps. And you're sitting here, wasting the gift of life, the gift of potential, the gift of choice. Because that's what this is. A choice. You either choose to rise, or you choose to rot. There's no middle ground, no excuses, no second chances. You think life will wait for you to decide? It won't. Life doesn't wait. It moves forward, relentless, unforgiving. And if you don't keep up, it'll leave you behind. I've seen it happen. I've watched men with more strength than you, more talent than you, more fire than you, fall behind because they hesitated, because they doubted, because they were too afraid to take the first step. And do you know what happened to them? They disappeared, faded into nothingness, forgotten by the world, forgotten by themselves. Is that what you want? To disappear? To be forgotten? To be just another nameless face, lost to time, lost to regret? Because that's where you're headed. That's your future, if you don't rise. But it doesn't have to be. You can change it. You can fight back. You can rise up and take control of your life. But it won't be easy. It won't be quick. It won't be painless. Every step will hurt. Every moment will challenge you. Every victory will demand a piece of you. But that's what makes it worth it. That's what makes it real. Because nothing worth having comes easy. Nothing worth fighting for comes without a cost. So what's it going to be? Are you going to lie there and let the world forget you? Or are you going to rise up and make the world remember your name? The choice is yours. Rise up strong or rot where you stand.